All right, let's jump right in. If you're a leader, I'm guessing you've probably thought of AI as, just another tech tool on an already long list. But what if that's totally the wrong way to look at it? Today, we're going to explore a really fundamental shift, reframing AI as your new leadership operating system. Yeah, the core infrastructure for how you think, decide, and lead. Let's get into it. You've got to start with this quote from NVIDIA's CEO Jensen Huang because it just cuts right to the chase. The real threat isn't some robot replacing you, it's being outpaced by another leader who is using AI. For school leaders, look, this isn't some far-off problem for tomorrow, it's a massive opportunity for today. There's an edge in efficiency and effectiveness just sitting right there on the table. So the question is, are you ready to grab it?
Okay, so let's be super clear from the get-go. This is not going to be another tech talk filled with a bunch of jargon. Nope, we are zeroing in on what actually matters to you as a leader. Strategy, mindset, and what you can do with this stuff, not programming or code.
So we're not going to get lost in the weeds technically. We're not going to obsess over writing the perfect prompt. And hey, AI in the classroom? Super important for sure, but that's a whole other conversation. Our focus today is squarely on your leadership, your strategy, your operations, how you make decisions. We're not here to sell you a magic bullet or, start a panic about robot overlords. We're here to give you an actionable framework you can use like tomorrow. All right, so here it is. This is the core idea. It's time to uninstall that shiny new tool way of thinking about AI and install a much more powerful mental model, the leadership operating system. So what do I even mean by a leadership operating system? Well, think back. Remember when email and the internet first showed up? The leaders who really got it, who integrated those things into their core operations, they thrived. The ones who treated them like some optional extra, well, they got left behind. AI is today's version of that. It's not just a feature, it is mission-critical infrastructure for leadership, period. And this table here really lays out the whole shift. The old shiny tool way of thinking, it's all tactical. You're using these one-off prompts to do the same old tasks, maybe just a little bit faster. But the operating system mindset, that's strategic. It's not about isolated commands. It's about having a continuous dialogue. And the goal? The goal isn't just to be a little quicker. It's to strategically get rid of the low-value work so you can create more time for the stuff that really matters. That human premium work of building trust, shaping culture, and driving your vision forward. So, how do we actually make this operating system idea practical? Well, it really boils down to 3 guiding principles you can start using today. Let's break them down one by one.
First principle, and this one is a biggie. Converse. Don't just prompt. This is all about changing how you interact with it. Stop thinking about giving AI these single one-and-done commands, and start thinking about it like an ongoing back-and-forth dialogue, just like you would with a trusted human colleague.
Let me put it this way. Are you treating AI like a vending machine or like a colleague? A vending machine, you put in one command, you get one thing out. End of story. But a great colleague, like a really sharp assistant principal, they remember your past conversations, they get your priorities, they get better and more helpful over time. When you create one of those persistent chats and you keep feeding it your notes, your strategic plans, your random thoughts, you're building that shared memory. And that is what unlocks truly sharp insights. Okay, principle number 2. This one might feel a little controversial. Brain in, prompt out. We've all heard so much about prompt engineering, but you know what? It's a little overrated. The real magic isn't in how you phrase the command. It's the quality of the thinking you bring to the table before you even type a single word. Just remember this. AI is an amplifier for your brain, not a replacement for it. The quality of the output you get is a direct reflection of the quality of the thought you put in. Your curiosity, your strategic questions, your what-if scenarios, that's the real input. The text you type into the box, that's just the wrapper.
And our third principle really gets to the strategic heart of this whole thing. Subtract to add. The main goal here isn't just about doing more stuff. It's about doing more of the right stuff.
And this, right here, is the ultimate payoff. Every single time you offload one of those low-value tasks to AI, drafting that weekly update, summarizing meeting notes, you're not just saving a few minutes. You are reclaiming your most valuable, most finite resource, your human energy. And that's energy you can now reinvest where only a human can, building relationships, making sense of complex situations, and actually leading your community.
Okay, so we've covered the mindset, we've covered the principles. Now let's make this really, really real. Here are 4 bite-sized, totally actionable steps you can take this week. I promise this is a doable plan, not a daunting one.
First, upgrade. Just do it. Invest in a premium AI seat. It's like $20 a month. And then immediately, this is critical, find the privacy settings and make sure your data isn't used for training. That part is non-negotiable. Second, create. Start one single persistent chat thread. Call it daily notes, leadership journal, I don't care. This is where you're going to build that shared memory we talked about. Just drop in meeting notes, reflections, even half-baked ideas. Don't overthink it, just add. Third, draft. Get your leadership team together and write a simple one-page AI ethos. Just a few bullets on how you'll handle privacy, verify accuracy, and keep humans in the loop. And finally, fourth, invite. Ask each person on your senior team to just try using AI for one task this week. Could be anything. Then get together and share what happened. This one simple thing starts building momentum and kills that fear of getting started.
Thinking this way has an OS also totally changes how you should be working with your outside vendors and consultants. The old way? You pay a ton of money for someone to fish for you and just hand over a finished report. The new way? You find partners who will teach you and your team how to fish with AI. Their job shifts from being a provider to a skill builder. Honestly, it's probably time to look at your vendor contracts through this new lens.
So, what's the big payoff for making this shift? What's in it for you? Well, it's not just about getting more done. It's about fundamentally upgrading your entire capacity as a leader. So what do you really gain from all this? I mean, imagine getting hours back every single week to pour into building culture and focusing on strategy. Imagine your smaller school operating with the analytical firepower of a giant one. Imagine giving every team access to world-class strategic support. That's democratizing excellence. This isn't just about you feeling less tired from making a million decisions. It's about building a leadership model that is fundamentally more capable and ready for whatever comes next.
So let's end with this one thought. The way you work now, it's like a trusty axe. It works, it's gotten you this far. But seeing AI as a leadership operating system, that's not just a slightly sharper axe. It's a chainsaw. It represents a completely different scale of what you can create, what you can build. So the only question left is, what are you going to build with?